All right, today we're taking a trip way out to the seventh planet from the sun. We're talking about a mysterious, ice-cold world that seems to delight in breaking all the rules. We are talking about Uranus. So let me ask you a question. If you had to name the weirdest planet in our solar system, which one would you pick? You might say Saturn with those incredible rings, right? Or maybe Jupiter with that giant red storm. Well, I'm here to make the case that the true oddball of the family is Uranus. And it all boils down to one single bizarre fact. And here it is. It's the key to everything. See, most planets, our own included, they spin on their axis kind of like a top. But Uranus? It got knocked over. It's tilted more than 90 degrees on its side, so it doesn't really spin, it rolls through space. It's orbiting the sun like a giant, icy bowling ball. And that one strange tilt explains almost everything else that is so weird about it. Yeah, the consequences of that tilt are just wild. They create a world of unbelievable extremes, a place unlike anything else we've found in our cosmic neighborhood. For starters, it is brutally, brutally cold. At its coldest, Uranus drops down to minus 224 degrees Celsius. Now, you'd think Neptune would be colder, right? I mean, it's farther out. But you'd be wrong. Uranus actually holds the record for the coldest planet in the entire solar system. It's also insanely windy. We're talking about an atmosphere that is just whipped by winds reaching 900 kilometers per hour. And get this, at the equator, these winds can actually blow backwards in the opposite direction of the planet's rotation. Just strange. Now, a single trip around the sun for Uranus takes 84 of our Earth years. So just try to imagine for a second what that does to the seasons on a planet that's tipped completely on its side. Exactly. You don't get seasons, you get eras. Because of that extreme tilt, one of its poles will face the sun nonstop for 21 straight years of summer daylight. At the exact same time, the other pole is plunged into a winter of total darkness that lasts for, you guessed it, 21 years. It's an unimaginable cycle of light and shadow. And the weirdness? It goes all the way down to the core. So on Earth, our magnetic field pretty much lines up with our rotational axis. But on Uranus, the magnetic field is tilted by a whopping 60 degrees, and it's completely off-center from the planet's core. What this does is create this messy, chaotic magnetosphere that trails behind it like a twisted corkscrew. So all of this craziness leads us to one massive question. How did a planet even get this way? Well, astronomers have a leading theory, and it involves a catastrophe of truly epic proportions. Let's just tackle that central mystery head-on. What in the universe could possibly happen to knock an entire planet onto its side? Well, the theory that makes the most sense is a cataclysmic collision. Billions of years ago, back when the solar system was a much more chaotic, messy place, a protoplanet, an object possibly the size of Earth, just slammed into the young Uranus. The sheer force of that impact was enough to tip the entire planet over, setting the stage for the strange, sideways world we see today. Now, the chaos from that ancient impact didn't just knock the planet over. It likely created its entire system of faint and pretty unusual rings. Now, don't picture Saturn's big, bright, icy rings. Uranus has two very different systems. The inner system is made of 11 incredibly narrow, dark rings, almost like threads of charcoal. But way out beyond those, it has two more recently discovered rings that are brightly colored. One is red and one is blue. It's a totally unique setup. And the story of Uranus's strangeness doesn't stop there. Oh no. It extends to its family of 29 known moons, which, well, they have their own unique quirks, starting with their names. So while every other planet's moons are named after figures from Greek and Roman mythology, Uranus once again breaks the mold. Its moons are named for characters from the plays of William Shakespeare and the poems of Alexander Pope. So instead of gods like Zeus or Jupiter, you get moons named Oberon, Titania, and Puck. And just like the planet they orbit, each of the 5 main moons has a very distinct and often strange personality. You got Ariel, which is bright and young, next to Umbriel, which is ancient and one of the darkest objects in the solar system. But then there's Miranda. And Miranda is perhaps the weirdest moon orbiting the weirdest planet. Miranda is, to put it simply, a mess. Its surface is this jumbled up patchwork of totally different terrains with massive canyons. Some of them are up to 12 times deeper than our own Grand Canyon. Scientists think it might have been completely shattered by a massive impact in its past, and then gravity just sort of sloppily pulled it all back together into this chaotic Frankenstein moon. Now, after hearing all of this, you might think we've studied Uranus for decades, right? But the incredible truth is, almost everything we know up close about this entire system comes from one single fleeting encounter. It was discovered by telescope way back in 1781, but for over 200 years, it was just a distant mystery. Then, in 1986, NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft flew past it, and that was it. That one flyby is the only time a human-made object has ever visited this distant world. Everything else we've learned has been from telescopes millions and millions of kilometers away. And that just leaves us with a final, tantalizing thought. If a single, brief flyby revealed a world with seasons that last for decades, a corkscrew magnetic fields, and a moon that looks like it was put back together wrong, what other incredible secrets does this sideways giant hold, just waiting there for us to one day return and explore?